This is Sunsplash TV, this is Piertosi. Greetings. We have some very special guests, the SKATALITES, right after this great show. So welcome at Sunsplash TV, SKATALITES. We have Zem saxophone, Doreen Schaefer, Val Douglas on bass, and the
Native Frenchy on
the guitarist. So it's 20 years of Rototom Sunsplash, and you did your contribution to celebrate this festival, and the career of SKATALITES is so long-standing.
Well, it's nice to be here on the Rototom Festival, and you know, it's good for young musicians and artists to know the roots of the music, and it started all with the SKATALITES, so it's very good to be here. Next year we celebrate 50 years in the business or music, so I'm very happy to be here.
And Sam, what you're feeling about sharing the vibes with those legends as Doreen and Lester?
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I've been in the band now for three and a half years, and every show it's something new. You know, you contribute something else, you learn something else, you pick up the vibe, and 50 years is no joke. Being in the music business for 50 years, you know, you can feel the experience. It's something, it's very real. So it's a privilege being here, you know.
And Val, you're a very important bass player in reggae history, but now you're replacing the late Lloyd Brevet on SKATALITES.
Yeah, that's true. And it's a pleasure, it's an honor actually to be playing with this caliber of musicians, you know.
And can you tell me something about your career, long-standing career?
Well, like you say, it's a long-standing career, so it's a long story, you know. You know, I did most of my stuff in the studio, you know, and you know, my record as a studio musician covers just about everybody who has a name. You know, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, you know, Dennis Brown, and it goes on and on. Abyssinians, Ernie Smith, Cruiser Shervington.
And yeah, long list. And Frenchy, how you got the chance to meet the SKATALITES and to go on tour with them? Where are you from?
All right, Frenchy, I'm from France.
Okay.
You know, they call me Frenchy, but my name is Aurélien.
So SKATALITES became international with French people in it.
Oh yeah, we have African, French, and American in the band, and Jamaican, you know, of course. And this is what it is, you know. I've been in the business more like 15, 20 years, you know, going in New York and playing freelance musician and playing with Val, with the Congos, and playing around, you know, freelance. All the artists from Jamaica, I get the experience to play with them, and then in New York City, you know, backing band with Jamaican. And one day Val called me to do a track for SKATALITES, so, you know, I recorded a track for Doreen Schaefer from, not the last album, the one before, Right Track. And then, I don't know, one day they need a guitar player, and Sterling called me, he got my number, and, you know, I was on the scene, so people know me, and give thanks, you know.
And you're so many, and we have a second line also, so... Oh, sorry, show yourself. And Doreen, going back to those days, you were not an original member because it was all musicians with those so gifted musicians, Tommy McCook and Ron Alfonso, Lloyd Knibbs, Jackie Mittoo, but probably you did share a lot of time like performing live in clubs with those musicians.
I started with them at the Bournemouth Club. The first time they performed, they started at the Bournemouth Club. The second show they had, I was there. That was my meeting up with them, and because I met them in the studio. I recorded for Studio One, and I was introduced to Lloyd Knibb, the very first person. And he was the one who informed me that they have every intention to form a band, because they were putting out so many hits and people really wanted to know who were these musicians. So it all came about.
And
just like that.
you did start singing in the ska era, or before that, when the music was Jamaican rhythm and blues and ballads and.
I did ballad because when the band started, we had Tony DeCosta, who we did songs like Let It Be Me, and then Jackie Opel and I did ska. And then there was Tanamo, there was Lord Tanamo who did Calypso. So I started out with them the very first time that they worked at the Bournemouth Club.
And what are your recollection and memories in terms of vibes of those glorious times?
Well, it's you were happy to be there, but you know it was a struggle for women because you're in a man's world. So you know we had our days, good and bad. But if you have that determination that I'm gonna stay, no matter what, I'm gonna stay in it. So I stayed there, and here I am today.
And the last question, your feelings about the people in Europe, in Japan, being so close to the foundation, the rocksteady and the ska, and being so interested in the musical history.
I wanna say we get so much love and response wherever we go because a lot of people they wanna know the roots, the origin, the ska. It all started with the ska. So wherever we go, wherever in the world, they make us welcome. And I'm very happy that I'm still a part of this.
And would you like to close the interview by singing a few lines, like 5 or 10 seconds for our listeners, Sunsplash TV?
Sugar, sugar, I love you. Sugar, sugar, I need you. Sugar, sugar, I love you. Sugar, sugar, I need you. I told you once, I told you twice. You would be the only man in my life. But I proved your love to be untrue. Pie.
The legendary SKATALITES with us, Sunsplash TV. Thank you very much.